I'm Billie Fulford-BROWN. I am an audiobook narrator and voice actor based in London. I've got a home studio here, and thank you to Neil for having me on board for this ABC of Audiobooks. Today we are going to be talking about why, not why to do them. There are many questions as to why to do audiobooks, but the letter Y. And we couldn't really think to start with what to go with for why, and then we thought let's go for sort of young characters. I do a lot of young adult books, and YA mainly covers that kind of roughly 12 to 18, 13 to 20, that kind of Hunger Games-esque Twilight age group of books. It's often involving parallel universes or different fantasy worlds, lots of amazing productions and characters and worlds that get dreamt up by these absolutely fantastic authors that just take you away. And often the characters are 16, 17 years old. Now, for the female protagonist, which is often who I have, that's, often I'll be chosen for a book because there is a female protagonist. I have a fairly youthful voice naturally, but in terms of making it authentic, for me, I think it really just comes back to the prep. I'm a professionally trained actress, and the prep is key. There are those questions that you will find going through prepping your script that I find shape every single character. And some of the questions that I will always be asking is, as the character, what do I say about myself? What do other people say about me within this book? What do I say about the world? What are my views? There are more questions, but these are the main things. How do people describe you? What kind of words do you use? Do they stumble a lot on sentences? Are they said that they speak quickly or slowly? All of these things put in your notes for every single character, and that will give you such a strong basis that actually I find I'm never really sort of putting on a voice per se. I probably naturally very slightly heighten my register, only a tiny bit, maybe just up to here. Just as you're playing the protagonist, it might be slightly higher, just to give that slightly more youthful, and then maybe you'll come back down to your more natural register for the narration. But that's almost subconscious. All of the information, I think Matthew Lloyd Davis has done a superb episode of this on characterization. All of that prep will just inform it all, and I hope you won't actually really be thinking about how do I play this character, what voice do I put on. It should come out quite naturally. If you have naturally quite a deep voice, then yes, you may have to slightly tweak it, and I say artificially, but I don't mean an artificial voice. I mean consciously go slightly higher in your register, just to distinguish, because often then you'll still have the characters within the book, the mums, the dads, the parents, the teachers, the kings, the queens, those older characters who might want to be slightly in the lower register. But I think for me it's truth. It's the truth of every character will hopefully inform your decisions and should hopefully organically lead to this character coming out. When you're playing boys, I do slightly lower my register, again, thinking about it. I think it's pretty unconscious, but I do slightly lower the register. But again, nearly all of it is from my prep. It's all from the information that I've gleaned from the book, all of my notes to create that character. And I'll often think about a famous person or somebody I know who I feel is that character. So, there was one who, it just was Ray Winston. It just was Ray Winston. So that is what informed me. And sometimes I'll even kind of take on the physicality of that character within the booth. And for a younger actress, a younger voice, within the book, you may feel a bit more flighty. And Laban is wonderful for this kind of thing, whether you're flicking or smooth and all of that kind of stuff. You may sit up slightly straighter. For a boy, I might bring myself down a little bit, and actually that will slightly lower the register naturally. But the youth, I think there's also an innocence and a naivety, and if you can bring that to the character, I just find that really informs the voice. So I hope that's a little bit helpful. I guess the main things to take away that I find helpful are you are that person. You're not playing that character. When you're reading that book, you're in that world and you're bringing that to life, and you are that voice, and you should feel them throughout your whole body, and those young characters shall hopefully come through. If there are children, I've got a 3-year-old, well, and a 6-month-old, but obviously she doesn't do so much speaking yet. 3-year-olds are just hilarious. Children are quite slow, I find, in their speech, and they stop a lot, and words are not completely formed. And sorry, that was it's a very quick, strange impression of my little girl. But they're much slower, and their words don't flow really together. They're thinking all the time. Their little brains are active. So that could help if you have actually children to play as well. And just that joy and that vibrance and that energy that children have, that hopefully will help also to inform the voice that comes out when you're playing these younger characters. I wish you all the very best. As I said in the other video that I did for Neil, which was the letter I, if you do have any questions, if I can help you, I would be absolutely honoured to. So I'll ask him to put my email address in, and please do contact me if I can help at all. And I hope you're really safe and well. And thank you for watching.